Today, I'd like to show you one of my favorite methods to create different states for these items. The video takes about 3 minutes to explain my method, and then as a bonus content, I'll just show you a couple of ways to recreate these really cool looking Phoenix Rising item panels, okay? So let's go through my way of creating different states. When I'm talking about states, I'm talking about this is a normal state, this is a hover and equipped state. We'll have an empty state and also show a locked state. So let's see how that would look like. So I already prepared a clean file here, or a clean reference image, so I'm just going to hide this and then we can have a look at how it works. So I'll have row 1, 2 and 3, and inside these you'll have the item 1, 2, 3 and 4. Inside that we'll have a separate layer for the artwork, and then we'll have the item slot, and this is where I set up my different states. So this is the empty, this is what I start with, but as you can see, this is a smart object, and if I double click on it, you'll see I'll have an artboard, which is the empty state, and I'll have separate artboards. Let me just reveal them all for all the other states. So I'll have normal, I'll have equipped. The equipped will have let me just go here and just create quickly a backdrop, and then you can see this is the equip. It has got this decoration on the side here. So, and then we'll have hover, and we'll have hover equip, which is basically have got the decoration as well, and then we got the locked. So the interesting thing in that you can basically just reveal and hide things that you don't want to see. So because they're next to each other, if I at the moment I have empty selected, if you would turn all of them on, obviously it will just have let me save this, and you'll see it'll just have this well, it will just give this really interesting effect. Well, it'll showcases all the states. Okay, so what you want to do is select what you want to have here. Let's say I don't want an empty, I don't want equipped. Let's say we start off with the normal frame. So if I save, it'll just update to a normal frame here. I also have row 2 and 3 here, but I'm just going to hide them for now. And then you can just add the artwork and you'll have it there. Next to it we got the empty. Let me just go there, open it and say okay, let's say it's another normal. I'm just going to save this and you'll see it's there. Add the artwork. Great. Item 3, let's say that's I don't know, let's say that's an equipped one. So I open my slot, hide the empty, hide the normal, and then choose the equipped. I save, and when I go back here and turn on the artwork, that'll be the equipped item. Let's see the next row here. Let's set this one, for example, let's this one select the hover state. Okay, so I'm just going to open the item slot, turn off the empty, and just turn on the hover state. Press save and then turn on the item and you'll have a hover state. I even have a cursor which I'm going to move here. So now we have a hover state. We could change that if we want to. We go back and we can just change from hover to hover and equipped, and then when we save it, it'll be hover and equipped. And then of course I'll have to go back to my original item 3 and just save it as a normal. So now you'll have this here. Next row, I actually duplicated it, so because these are smart object, if you duplicate the smart object, it will just basically showcase the same information. What I should have done is create new smart objects. I'm gonna show you in a minute, but row 3 does that. So row 3 has its separate new smart this one here, so new smart object. So when I go in here, I can go and change this from lock to anything I want, really. So yeah, this is my way of kind of showing this design, and I think it's really helpful. And I really love how Photoshop does this, hiding the artboards that you don't want to see, like in here. So this is pretty smart. So you can very easy and very quick, even if they are technically in a different location within this file here, still when you start kind of like playing with them, it'll just basically update the file and showcases the one that is revealed. So that's pretty cool, I think. So this is one of my favorite way of doing the different states for these item panels. I hope you like it. And now I'm just going to show you a little bit of insight. How did I recreate these panels? And it's really cool, I think. So let's go through here to this smart object here. So in this empty state, I literally just used a square shape, and I added this shape decoration to the corners. It was fairly simple to do. This is all shape, and the way I like to do it is basically just kind of like having a square. Let's see, let me go back. I'm just going to kind of like hide it like this. There we go. And then I'll create another one, duplicate it, and then just change the size. I want basically 2 pixel width, so I'm just going to move in 220 pixel, so that'll give me 2 pixel on each corners. So I can just select both now, and then just right click and subtract from shape, so you'll have this here. Actually, what I should have done earlier, before I do that, let me just do that. So I'm just going to create another shape, and when you have a shape selected, you have a couple of options. If you hold down Option, it will basically cut off of this there, cut out from this shape, and it's really cool. You know, I like to use this, and I use this a lot. And the way it works is basically you can rotate after that and just kind of move it to the place. If it doesn't move, it's because you have to press Shift A to go into the selection tool, and then you can use your arrow keys just to move it into place. Once it's in place, you can just hold down on the Option key and just basically drag it over to the other side. Hold down Shift, so you'll keep it in place, it doesn't move, and just put it in place. Done. And then again, hold down on Option, move it down to the bottom, and then you'll just basically cut it out. You carry on, and then you end up with this shape. Now you always have to go back to your layers, and then just selecting the shape tool, you can merge these shape components together, so you end up with this merged version. And then you duplicate it, and just use the width tool here to go down. Let's see, I want 2 pixels, yeah, 120, that's great. And once we have that, I'm just going to subtract, and there we go. And then these corner shapes, I didn't really mess around very much with that one. All I did is just literally started to build a shape. So I'll just carry it on with from here. So just like pull out a 2 pixel length the shape here, hold down my Option to add another 2 pixel here, just move it to its place. There we go. I actually ended up kind of like pulling it back entirely, and sorry, I had to use the Shift key, not the Option key. There we go. So I'm just going to kind of like add to this shape. Here we go. And then once I have that, now I could just basically use the same shape, hold down Option to take to cut out from this shape. So I'll just pull that on the side here, and then rotate it and 45 degree, and then just move it into place. So you cannot really move it until you press Shift A, and then you can just move it to wherever you want it. So I want it to have this cutout here. That's great. I like this. Press Enter. Finalize my shape with merging the shapes here. I have some extra here. We don't want that. There we go. And then you can hold the Shift key down to add to this shape. So I'm just going to create this, rotate it 45 degree, Shift A to move it to place, and then just move it in. Yeah, there we go. I'm okay with this. I can go up a little bit like that. There we go. So just press Enter, and then using the shape again, I'm going to basically use the, I'm going to cut this top bit off. There we go. And then there you go. We got some really cool shape here now. So I can use my pen tool just to move this in place, and then you can finalize this. You can add to it more. You know, you could just build a bit more here. you know, if you want to. I would be careful to have the 2 pixels right here, so I would probably just do it here on this side, and then just kind of like cut this corner off. Yeah, could do that, but I kind of like it like this. Also, you can just go in and hold down the option key just to cut these bit into proper shape, into a good shape here. There we go. And now we got that corner, and then when we have that, we can just merge it. Sorry, not merge it here. There we go. And from here you can just duplicate this and then just rotate to the other side. When I rotate a shape, I always make sure that I select the corners here or the sides, so it'll be perfectly aligned to the, it should be, I choose the wrong one, sorry, let me just do that again. So you want to choose a side which is basically aligned to the pixel, like this one here. So I will just use this like here, and then we can do it. We can move it to the other side, and there we go. Merge them together, duplicate it. Again, I'm going to rotate it. I'm using the top border there, and oops, sorry, vertically. There we go. And then just move it down to its place. There we go. And this is how I did that shape. It's yeah, it's you can go to Illustrator to do that. It'll be probably more precise and probably faster. I just love doing it in Photoshop. I don't know, I guess I'm quite used to like doing this, like cut out and adding to a shape and just building it like that I don't think it really matters to me that much, so I will just stay in Photoshop. Okay, so this shape here, the backdrop panel, is quite cool. So all I did is just the shape here, which is I think it's 120 pixel by 120 pixel, and all I did, I used a base color and I added a pattern overlay. This pattern overlay is cloud pattern I created, and I used linear light 30%, and that gives this really cool effect to it. Right, same with the yellow, so I'll just use the yellow shape and then use the pattern overlay, but I think, yeah, I used 27% here for the cloud pattern. So the cool thing is, even if I increase the size, this pattern will basically I would increase it to 100% at that point if this would be any larger than this. So yeah, I really like to use this technique. And I think this is all I really wanted to show about this. It's pretty nice. I love these work with states. I think it does save a lot of time for me. So let me know what you think, and share maybe your favorite method to do states. I used to do before this method, I used to do layer comps. I used to use the layer comps here. And then I would have like different kind of, like within this number 1 folder, I would have like all these folders what I have here instead of the artboards, and then I would just turn on and off, and then maybe just save a layer composition, and you could do it that way. Also works. I just like this more because it allows me to have a cleaner project file, so I don't have to have all those folders here. I can just have these really cool artboards, and then you can add as many as you want. Really, you can go and have you know, like more artboards here. So I think this is pretty cool. Let me know what you think. Hope you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Channel's growing, super good to see that. I love doing these practice works, and I'm happy to share all this. So let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye.